जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, 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 राधा रमन राधा रमन हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल One big clap for the kids here. Including me. Acha. So today is a special occasion. You know what is today? Why we all are assembled here?
Anuradha's birthday.
Whose birthday?
Anuradha.
Who is Anuradha here? Anuradha, stand up. Where are you? Come and see you. Oh, you are Anuradha. Okay. Stand here. Stand around there. Yes, today is what? Your happy birthday. One big clapping for Anuradha. So Anuradha, now solo singing. Sing one bhajan. We all want to hear, because what you were singing before, everyone was like singing along with you. I want you to sing alone, and then they will do chorus for you. Okay? Stand and sing.
जय प्राण धन राधार मन श्री गोपाल बत जुके लाडले जय प्राण धन राधार मन श्री गोपाल बत जुके लाडले जय प्राण धन राधार मन श्री गोपाल बत जुके लाडले जय प्राण धन राधार
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
She challenged me that she going to defeat me in this song. I was thinking, no, I'm the best singer. But I got defeated. She sang so good. Big clapping for Radha. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurumlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Sadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaur Tishmai Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagarpate Gopesha Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Vrindai Tulasi Devi Priyai Keshwara Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namah. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudev, Shri God Nityan Prabhu and Shri Radha Govind, we assemble here and making this evening the most auspicious evening by having the darshan of beautiful deities here. Yes? Beautiful? Yes. Gaunitai, Shri Radha Govindji, Giriraj, Gopalji, and Shaligramji, and all the entire Guru Parampara. Who decorated them? Anuradha and Anupam. Both kids, they decorated the deities. So beautiful, right? So I was thinking, what to speak today. Then the thought came in mind, because it's her birthday, to make that birthday more auspicious and blessed, let us hear some glories of Radharani. Because by hearing the glories of Radharani, in Vrindavan there is a famous bhajan. Radhe Radhe Rato Chale Aayenge Bihari. You can even chant the names of Radharani. Then there is no need to call upon Krishna to come. He just comes by default, running behind you. That's the glories of Radharani. Some devotees might think, we have heard many times the birth of Radharani. What is the necessity to hear this again and again? Yes, it is essential. Because it's not the one time or the first time Radharani took birth in this Dwapar Yuga. In every kalpa, in all the universes, Shri Krishna take birth and Radharani also take birth. In some kalpa, Radharani take birth prior to Krishna. Sometime from the womb of the mother Kirtida. But in this kalpa, Shri Radharani was found floating on a lotus. You want to hear the glories of Radharani? The birth of Radharani. To make her and all of us birthday very auspicious. Yeah? We all get birthday this year. Either May, January, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. How to celebrate birthdays? This is the best example. This is how the devotees they celebrate birthdays. Putting Krishna as the center, inviting all the devotees, Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis from all over. And today we are very fortunate that devotees came from far distance, all the way from Canada, Boston, and city, Connecticut, Cut. From Jersey, from New York, from Guyana. I came all the way from India. For what reason? To hear and speak and spread the glories of the aim and object of our lineage. And what is that? Radha Dasyam. To become the maid servant of Radharani. The entire world is running after Krishna. Krishna is God. No doubt he is God. Brahmaji claimed this. Anadi Radhe Govind Sarva Karanam Karanam. He is the cause of all causes and he is the Lord of all lords. All incarnations manifest from Krishna. No doubt he is Supreme Lord. So everyone is running after him to get some blessings and all. But Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we know the facts that Krishna is also running after someone. It's not about a boyfriend and a girlfriend running up after each other. This is transcendental couple, not the material of this universe, of this world. Transcendental couple. Sarva Shaktiman. Krishna who is endowed with all six opulences. His form is not ordinary. It's transcendental. Satchidananda Vigraha. Satchit Ananda. Full of all bliss. And his beauty never declines. His beauty always enhances. That is Krishna. But he is running after transcendental goddess, not just an ordinary woman. He is running after his own potency, Radharani. Krishna Pura Shaktiman, Radha Pura Shakti. Do vastu bhed nahi shastra praman. Radharani is the potency of Krishna. Understand potency? She is not different from Krishna. But there is also a difference. She is the potency, female part of Krishna. Krishna is male, potent, and Radharani is female, potency. Everyone is running after potent Krishna. The entire world. Oh Krishna, please help me. But those who are familiar with the mood of Vrindavan, those who are familiar with or not familiar with or want to get familiar with the moods of Vrindavan, the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, they know very well that Krishna is running after Radharani. Even calling out Radhe, Radhe, Radhe day and night, feeling separation from Radharani. Yeah. Who can weep more? Krishna or Radharani? Audience? Do Lord also cry? What is the point of crying? We are also crying in this world for many reasons. So Supreme Lord also cry? Yes. But His crying, our crying is too different. So different. Our cry is for some material desires. And you know what is the essence of those cries? Bhagavatam says this. Asha hi param dukham. Asha hi param dukham. The cause of all suffering and misery is Asha. You know what is Asha? Expectations. I'm longing for something, it's not accomplished. Misery, suffering. Asha hi param dukham. Is anyone named Asha here? I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But Asha means expectation. It's good Dr. Pandey is not here. I'm sorry. But there are two kinds of Asha. Asha means expectation. One Asha is material expectation. Another Asha is transcendental expectations. We do expect from Krishna. What we expect from Krishna? Give me new Tesla. The robot one? Spaceship one? No. Not that Asha, not that expectation. Then what? Give me residence in heaven, in Swargaloka with demigods. Also, no use. Give me the position of Brahma, the creator. This also insignificant. To put me in Vaikuntha, somewhere in Vaikuntha, so that I won't come back again in this world full of miseries. Insignificant. Make me associate in Vaikuntha so I will serve Lord Lakshmi Narayan or Sita Ram there. It's better, but again this is not extreme. Then what is expectation from Krishna? The ideal expectation from Krishna is, please allow us to serve your potency Radharani. Only with your compassion. Krishna's ocean of compassion, Karuna Sindhu. Ocean of compassion. So the ocean of compassion lies in the fact that we have great expectations from you to give us this opportunity to serve your potency Radharani. Because in spiritual domain, the prominence of Shri Radharani is greater than Krishna. Even though Krishna is supreme, all demigods worship him. All incarnations also act as servant of Krishna. But Krishna folded hand says, I want to serve Radharani. Even Krishna is longing to serve Radharani. Even Krishna is longing to decorate the hairs of Radharani. Even Krishna is longing to dance with Radharani. What to speak of us? In that topmost spiritual domain, the topmost personality, with the topmost mood, he has high expectations. Asha from Radharani, that one day Radharani will be very merciful to me. Therefore Krishna also prays this. Ek kor kripa si kar do Swamani Shri Radhe. He also prays this. You know meaning of this? क्या मतलब? अभिषेक इसका?
एक और कृपा करते.
That I know English.
Do one more favor.
Favor to me. O Radharani, I also, along with all my devotees, I also want the dust of your lotus feet. So astonishing. Everyone is running after Krishna and Krishna is running after Radharani. There have to be some reason. And since this is spiritual, transcendental, emotions and nature, And they both are transcendental entities, not any mortal living beings. They are transcendental. Because the love of Radharani, the prem and the love of Sri Radharani, the potency of Krishna is far beyond than Krishna. Krishna don't have access to that love of Radharani. Krishna don't have access to that. And he begged to get access to that. He need a password to have access to that chest where all the gold, diamonds and pearls are kept. What kind of diamonds and gold? The attributes and the details of that love of Radharani which only she possesses. And therefore in Golok Vrindavan, the spiritual domain, the prominence of Sri Radharani, all demigoddesses, all the Lakshmis from different Vakunthas, they don't have access to serve Radharani, but they always beg and pray. They always begging. Devi Lakshmi Shutigan Dharani Latave Gopigan Adhikar Rovat Gav. Devis means demigoddesses. Lakshmis from all the Vakunthas, Lakshmi means the consort of Nrsingadev, Vara Bhagwan, Vaman Bhagwan. All these Lakshmis, there is not one Lakshmi, there are so many. Serving all the incarnations of Krishna. So all demigoddesses and Lakshmis and Shrutis, they are rolling on the ground with tears in their eyes. Gopijan Adhikar Rovat Gave. Can we also get this qualification? To serve the lotus feet of Sri Radharani, to decorate her. They also longing for this, they hankering for this. So there is not surprise at all that Krishna is also longing and hankering for this. Because who is Radharani? The embodiment of love. From toe to head, just love, nothing else. Not lust, but love. There is difference between lust and love. And what is the difference? Kam andatam prem nirmal bhaskar. Lust is a mode of ignorance and darkness. And prem means pure love. You understand? Pure love means not anything for my satisfaction, but everything for my beloved's satisfaction. Only Shri Radharani possessed that. Only she possessed that. So Kam, Prem, Bahuvantar. Kam, Andatam. Kam is a mode of darkness. Prem, Nirmal, Bhaskar. Prem is, the love is pure and effulgent like sun. And Shri Radharani is the embodiment of that love. Her every move is for satisfying Krishna. Her every tantrums is there to satisfy Krishna. You understand tantrums? Yes. I see many. Just getting too personal. Sometimes tantrums with cause, sometimes without cause. We all are familiar. Yes, Prabhu? He said yes. But Radharani tantrums is only to please Krishna. There is no any envious jealousy or any inferior mood or secondary mood behind those tantrums. There is always a high and superior mood, and that is for satisfaction of Krishna. She knows very well, when Krishna pacify me, he drive pleasure out of it. And to give pleasure to Krishna, Shri Radharani always with cause and sometimes without cause. Yuna man uchyate. She manifests a sulky mood. Sulky mood, understand? You understand sulky mood? No? What is the easy word for sulky mood? Like when wife get upset. But it's not upset. This is a different meaning of being upset. Upset is when you're disappointed. But sulky mood is that kind of upset mood where inside there is too much pleasure and joy and externally showing that I'm very upset with you. These are called tantrums. Inside is different, outside is different. So it's playing two different roles. She do this for pleasure of Krishna. You know? You may say, we also do this at home. But there is some other mood, inferior moods behind this. That's why I said specifically, Radharani mood is higher mood. Only for the pleasure of the Supreme Krishna. Her beloved Krishna. Understand? Once upon a time, there was a Abhishek, bathing ceremony of Shri Radharani. You know, like you heard baby shower. Not that. Abhishek means when a divine personality get bathed with milk, yogurt, honey, ghee and sugar. These 5 auspicious ingredients. Only divine personalities get bathed with this. So this is called Abhishek. Yes, Abhishek?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once upon a time Radharani was arranged a bathing ceremony by all her girlfriends, Sakhis. And this is known as Madhav Mahotsav. Mahotsav means festival of Madhav. The festival for pleasure of Madhav means Krishna. She was being arranged as sitting on a jeweled throne made of diamonds and an umbrella on the top. That umbrella is not ordinary umbrella like rain umbrella. Very fancy umbrella with pearls hanging and diamonds embedded in that umbrella. And her maid servants were fanning her. And other maid servants massaging her feet, decorating with all earrings and all other ornaments. When this ceremony was getting conducted, demigoddesses from heaven, Swarga, they appeared there and was carrying so many diamonds and jewels and ornaments to offer to her. But they felt so embarrassed coming in front of Radharani. Seeing that so much effulgence is coming from her, whereas they were always feeling so proud of saying that we are very effulgent and very beautiful. You know, any Hollywood, Bollywood heroine claims, I'm very beautiful. She goes to parlor for like 5-6 hours to get beautiful. But that's not a beauty, because that beauty declines or get faded after some years. Demigoddesses, they don't need any perfumes. It's mentioned in the scripture. The fragrance of lotus flowers always emanate from their bodies. So they're always very proud. They have this pride that we are very beautiful ones. And if you see one demigoddesses, you will say, wow, I've never seen any beautiful heavenly girl like this. But when all these demigoddesses, from far distance, when they see Radharani, and the effulgence and the beauty of Radharani, the eyes like lotus, beautiful eyes, they got so astonished. then all their beauty got faded there. They're feeling so embarrassed coming in front of Radharani. And from far distance, they're just watching. What's happening? What's happening? Then some of the maid servants of Radharani, when they saw the demigoddesses have come, they approached them. Come, you all come and participate in this ceremony. But demigoddesses says, no, 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 no. For two reasons they said no. One is, all our pride got diminished and crushed here, seeing the beauty of Radharani. And secondly, they know very well, Radharani is also very humble. This is something contradictory. If a person develops some very good qualities, says develop some skills, let's say in singing or beauty or in any area, then definitely some pride comes. And one starts feeling, oh, there's no one like me, I'm the best. I'm the best. But Radharani, even though she's best and very beautiful, she's always feeling, not practicing, but naturally she has this mood of humility. She's very humble. Very humble. So demigoddesses were so scared that if we go near to Radharani, they knew very well Radharani going to stand up in honor of demigoddesses. And that would be very embarrassing for us if she stand up in honor, to give us honor. So that's the reason why they were not even coming close to Radharani. And in this way, this festival was conducted, and that became the festival for Krishna, Madhav Mahotsav. Understand? What is the difference between Krishna and Radharani? We always hear Krishna is very beautiful. We always hear Krishna's skills of playing of flute. We always hear Krishna is the best dancer. And he has all the arts in him. But the point is, from where he learned all the arts? Who is the Guru of Krishna? Who is the Guru of Krishna? Sandipani Muni? Yes, Krishna went to Gurukul. His Guru, Sandipani Muni, in Ujjain, in India, where Krishna learned 64 arts in 64 days. And to a surprise, Guru Sandipani Muni, he told his wife, what kind of boys are these? Krishna and Balaram. Amazing boys. It takes one lifetime to learn one art. And these boys are so well skilled that they learn one art in one day. I doubt they are not ordinary boys. They are Supreme Lord. Sandipani Muni, he got the point. They are Supreme Lord, they are not ordinary human child. But Sandipani Muni, what art he taught to Krishna and Balaram? The art of weapons. Please keep your phone on silent mode. This art of weapons and all other arts, but Sandipani Muni can't teach Krishna the art of love. Who can teach this? Sandipani Muni can't teach the art of playing flute. Sandipani Muni can't teach the art of dancing to Krishna. And Krishna is known for these arts. The best instrument in the hands of Krishna? Venu. Venu Geet. He plays on his flute and he enchants everyone all over the universe. So this is one art. Another art is a best dancer. And that's why one of the name of Krishna is Natraj is Shiva. Huh? Natvar. He's the best among all the dancers. And he's also very fluent in singing. And foremost, the art of reciprocation of love. This is one art. Not everyone have this art. How to reciprocate love. There's some people who don't know how to reciprocate. There's some people who don't want to reciprocate. But Krishna, he reciprocates with everyone equally, proportionately. Rather, I would say proportionately. And he said in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam pravadante, tam sathe bhajameham. What is the meaning? Meaning? Quickly. Any guess? No? Krishna reciprocate devotees? Is the meaning of this verse?
जो मुझे जिस भाव में भजता है मैं उसे
English.
उसी प्रकार
हिंदी तो मेरे को भी आती है। ये यथा मां प्रबोधन्ते ताम सदैव भजाम्यहम्। What is the meaning? You heard so many times. Akshay?
I see you the same way the other devotee is looking at me.
The degree of devotion you have for me, in the same degree I reciprocate to you.
Very close.
महाराज जी मैंने हिंदी का इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन किया मुझे जी मान
This what happened when we Hindi people, when we speak English, we translate in our head Hindi to English. Yeah, I'm on the same page. ये यथा मां प्रबोधन्ते ताम सते भजाम्यहम्. I reciprocate proportionately, the same manner as you worship me. There's a promise of Krishna. So he knows how to reciprocate and he wants to reciprocate. But his failure there. Krishna's failure. Even though he reciprocates with devotees, but he can't reciprocate 100%. What to speak of Radharani, the example of Sudama? Was he able to reciprocate Sudama? And what was the reciprocation there? You all heard the story of Sudama. A poor Brahmin carrying 2 handful of chipped rice, uncooked. And Krishna just had 1 handful of that chipped rice. He was about to take the other one, but then Rukmani stopped him. His wife stopped him. And after, long story short, Sudama came back home, and what he saw there? Instead of that old ruined cottage, there was a big palace, a mansion. Elephants, horses, and so many maid servants were there to worship him, to serve him. Sudama got so much opulence. Did Krishna reciprocate with him? Yes or no? Did Krishna was able to reciprocate with him? No. Why not? Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj said this. Because Sudama, the friend of Krishna, when he came to Krishna, he didn't have any possessions. He didn't have anything to eat at home. That 2 handful of raw chipped rice he borrowed from the neighbor. Whereas what Krishna gave to Sudama was out of his own property, his own possessions. Krishna didn't borrow from anyone else. So Krishna was failure in the reciprocation of Sudama. he can't reciprocate with devotees. It's so hard. Why so? Because devotees, they renounce their home, they renounce family member, they renounce all attachments, they give up eating, sleeping, drinking, water, not other drinking. All other comforts and luxuries for the sake of Krishna. But did Krishna ever reciprocate like devotees? Was he able to renounce his family members? Did he give up the association of his mother, Yashoda Maya? Was he able to renounce and give up the association of his father, Nand Maharaj? Was he able to give up the association of his friends? Was he able to give the association of his gopis and Radharani? No. But he's ordering us in Bhagavad Gita, ye yat sarv dharman paritajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Give up all other duties and surrender unto me. Give up all other duties and surrender unto me. I am Supreme Lord. Follow my instructions and you'll be always happy. And why you are unhappy? Because you're not following my instructions. That is the cause of all miseries. Krishna said so, but then he was pondering on this. Even though I told everyone, I was unable to give up all this association of my relatives, my friends, my parents, and etc. But then, how everyone is going to follow me? Krishna played another role. He came as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As Krishna, in his pastime, he was unable to give the association of Yashoda Maya or his father Nand Baba, right? Then how can you say this? First practice, then preach. Krishna is preaching, but what about your practice? So to make that preaching practice, he has to come again as 500 years back as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he renounced everything. All luxuries, all comforts, all necessities. Gave up the association, means renounce his family, his wife, his mother, everyone, all his friends. For what? For sake of serving Krishna. Mahaprabhu. Seems like very cruel. Made his mother cry, made his wife cry so much, and then he himself is crying. But his crying and his mother crying is not same. His mother is crying for his son, Nimai, Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu crying is not for his wife or not for his mother, not for anyone else. He is crying for Krishna. Therefore, coming back from where I started all this, who cry most, Krishna or Radharani? Krishna also cries. Crying in love. You know the meaning crying in love? Not that, oh, today is our anniversary, you didn't got any diamond ring for me. Not that crying. That's crying of expectations. And when expectations are not fulfilled, then problems, issues. Here, Krishna is crying with expectations too. I'm not able to serve Radharani as I'm supposed to. I'm not able to reciprocate with Radharani as I'm supposed to. That is the worry. That is his cry. Means there's a higher level of crying, not ordinary level. But Radharani also cries for Krishna. And what is the worry? What is her intent of crying or the center of her cry? Krishna means not person Krishna, but the service of Krishna. I am unable to serve Krishna 100%. Even though her all activities and her every move is to serve Krishna. Every move. Even if she decorating her body, even if she wearing fancy dresses, but that's not for show off to express that I'm beautiful. But her show off is for Krishna only, to make him please. That's Radharani. That's why I said embodiment of love. She also cried for Krishna. I am unable to satisfy Krishna the way Krishna wants. This is only and only worry day and night, Radharani, and that's why she's so restless. I want to serve more. I want to serve more. I want to serve more, even though she's serving 24 hours without sleeping, without eating anything. She cooks for Krishna on 100 ovens every noon. She cooks for Krishna. So many preps. Alone, cooking on 100 ovens. So many preps. Singing, dancing, everything for Krishna. Just Krishna, just Krishna, just Krishna. Her veins, everything is Krishnized. She always thinks of Krishna. And that's why she is divine love. And when she cries, her cry, her tear may fill one pond, which is known as Man Sarovar. Man Sarovar, Radhe Radhe. Man Sarovar. Have you ever seen anyone here? Anyone? Man Sarovar? Yes, you guys saw, huh? Why not raise hands? Huh? You saw Man Sarovar? How many? Yes, because they were with me. Man Sarovar in Vrindavan. How much can you cry? Can you fill a cup of a silver cup? Or a bottle? 1 gallon crying tears? Is it possible? When Radharani cries, she fill a pond. That pond, when we go and see that pond, is not water, that's the tears of Radharani. Krishna can't cry that much. What is that? They came to get you. That cry of Radharani fills a pond. She can cry that much. Can Krishna cry that much? No. So in crying, she is superior to Krishna. And when she happy and derive pleasure, that is million times more than Krishna. So Krishna learned the art of dance from Radharani. Where? At Radha Kund. Many of you are not even aware of this, right? You have not seen Radha Kund. But those who have seen, there's a pond which represent Radharani. She always danced there in bliss along with her all girlfriends. And her dance is so artistic that the leaves, the flowers and the creepers, they embrace the impressions of the postures of Radharani when she's danced there. They are for you, celebrating your birthday. She's here. What I was saying? What Radha Kund? When Radharani danced at Radha Kund, the flowers, the creepers and the leaves, they embrace those impressions of Radharani when she danced. And the impressions get impressed on all the creepers in the leaves in Radhakund. And Krishna secretly he goes there without telling anyone, because then he get defamed. Because he posed himself, I am the best dancer. He goes there secretly and he see all those prints of Radharani's impressions on those leaves and creepers. And Krishna learns the art of dance from those impressions, not directly from Radharani. There's such beautiful melodious sound comes from the flute of Krishna. How Krishna is able to blow the flute and make such a transcendental sound. You know how Radharani always wear ankle bells. The jingling of that ankle bells, sound of Radharani, ankle bells get resound in the flute of Krishna. The echo of that jingling of the ankle bells of Radharani get echo in the flute of Krishna. And Krishna claims that, oh, I am the best flute player. That's not the glories of Krishna, the glories of Radharani. And therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna claims, Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tatpata. My birth and my pastimes are transcendental. But the birth and the pastimes of Radharani are more transcendental than Krishna. How the birth of Radharani took place in this universe 5,000 years back. How that happened? On a lotus. Big, huge, beautiful and soft, tender lotus. Radharani as baby girl was playing on that lotus flower. And Vrishabhanu Maharaj, her father, he saw a beautiful tiny girl on a lotus flower, and there is no one around her, and he's calling out, is there anyone whose darling daughter is her? She? There's no one. There's no one. So Vrishabhanu Maharaj came and he took Radharani and embraced Radharani. Accepted her as his daughter. And he brought Radharani to his wife Kirtida. His window open. To Kirtida. And his wife Kirtida Devi said, so beautiful girl, from where you got this? And Vrishabhanu Maharaj said, she was lying on a lotus flower in the pond. I looked here and there is no one to claim. So then I thought, I should adopt her. She said, that's a very good adoption. I'm so pleased. And we're going to take care of her and raise her, but be careful, we're not going to tell anyone about her. Because she is so beautiful, we have never seen anyone in our life that beautiful as this Radharani, this tiny girl. So we will not tell anyone else, we just keep it secret. When they both were discussing, meanwhile Shri Narad, you know Narad? Who always play on Veena. Veena Pani. Narad always play on his Veena, the instrument. Narad Muni bajai Veena, Radhika Ramana Namare. Narad is always playing on his instrument Veena and call out the name Radha Raman, Radha Raman, Radha Raman, Radha Raman, Radha Raman. Naraji. He came to Vrishabhanu Maharaj and immediately he raised the question, how many children you have? Vrishabhanu Maharaj said, We have one son, Sridham. Did you got recently had any daughter? A girl child? Vishwan Maharaj was so shocked. How he came to know that I got a beautiful girl this morning. So he thought, I should not tell lie to my Gurudev. He is Naraji, he is Jagat Guru. So therefore he said, yes Naraji, I received one girl this morning. Naraji said, can I see that girl? And he took inside where Radharani was on one cradle, and Naraji he saw the footprints on the lotus feet of Shri Radharani. How many footprints?
90.
How many footprints? You heard this so many times. How many footprints? Copying it. She just says CC. Control C. Copy paste. 19 footmarks. 11 and 8. And Naraji understood. She is the potency of Krishna. And therefore, Naraj, he wanted to have darshan of Radharani being a teenager girl. Because that's our worshipable Radha Krishna is not small Gopal or Gopali. We keep them, we worship them, but actually our worshipable is Nitya Kishore and Kishori, means Radha and Krishna as teenagers. See here we have Shri Radha Govindji, teenagers. Radha, Krishna is always 15 and Radharani always 13 and a half or 14 max. So Naraji, he wanted to see Radharani as Kishori, teenager. And therefore Narad started praying. Seeing those 19 marks on the lotus feet of Radharani, whatever was in his heart, all those stutis and prayers, Narad is praying, oh Radharani, I only desire to have the dust from your lotus feet. Because whoever comes in Braj, means Vrindavan, they always want the dust. What is that dust of Braj? The dust from the lotus feet of Radharani. Even Uddhav, he desires to get that dust. Even Brahma, you've been Parsana, right? Parsana? On a mountain, on a hill. Who is that hill? That hill is Brahma, the creator, who became a hill, become a stone. For one reason only. I want Radharani feet to be on my head. The dust from her feet on my head. Then Uddhav is praying austerities, and Uddhav Kund like a grass. Being Uddhav Kund, right? Being a grass. For same reason. No. Uddhav Kund in Govardhan, not Uddhav Kere. Grass. Performing austerities. And Naraji too. At Narad Kund in Govardhan, he only want the lotus feet of Radharani. And in this way Naraji expressed so many praise from his heart. And what to speak of all these divine personalities, even Krishna. He stands in the water of Radha Kund. And he calls out the name Radhe, 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 Radhe. In scriptures it is said 1000 names of Vishnu is equivalent to one Ram. If we chant 1000 times, Vishnu, 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 that is equivalent to one Ram. If you say one Ram, that's huh? The result is same. 1000 of Vishnu. And 3000 Vishnu name is equivalent to one Krishna. 3000 times Vishnu, 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 Vishnu. And just say one time Krishna. Say Krishna.
Krishna.
3000 Vishnu. But Mamushateva Nam Radha Nam Param. 100 name of Krishna is equal to one Radha. 100 times Krishna, 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 Krishna. And if you say one time Radha, that's equal to 100 name of Krishna. And what we say in Vrindavan? Huh?
Radhe Radhe.
200 Krishna. Radhe Radhe Boli, Vrindavan mein doli. Radhe Radhe Boli. Wander in the streets of Vrindavan calling out Radhe Radhe. Because Krishna also do this. Where are you? Oh Radharani, where are you? It's not easy and not easy access to Radharani. It's even easy to get access with Krishna. To get access to Radharani is very difficult. Therefore, hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, O Krishna, O the ocean of mercy, please be merciful to us so that we can also attain the same goal for which you are longing for. May we also chant the name of Radharani. That's the glories of Radharani. So on this day, the birthday of Anuradha, to make this birthday auspicious, so that all blessings goes to her and to us too, we try to touch a few glories of Shri Radharani. So this is our style. If there is a birth of any boy, then we speak the birth of Krishna. Understand? Because otherwise what option we have? To speak the birth of a prime minister or president or the leader or the politician or the Bollywood, the Hollywood. Are their activities very glorious? Yeah, a little bit. Very famous. But one thing is lacking, it's not transcendental. Whereas the Lord's pastimes are transcendental in nature. Even hearing and speaking those pastimes invokes all auspiciousness for which we are desiring for. Otherwise, everyone has some suffering or the other. It's easy to say I love you, but it's difficult to value that love or to maintain that love. It's so easy, huh? You just take like 1 second, 3 words. I love you. But to maintain and to sustain and to value that, it needs a lot of efforts and endeavors. When I say efforts and endeavors, that means sacrifice. Sacrifice. Love means sacrifice. Love needs sacrifice. Love enhanced by sacrifice. Because love means sacrifice. As much as you can sacrifice, the love going to grow more and more. No extra efforts are required. If you really want to make that love, if you really want to make that love grow more and more, then you have to learn what is the meaning of sacrifice. It's not just a play. It's not a drama. It is serious. That's why Lord with this potency, Radha and Krishna, you see here, Radharani the female, potency of the Lord, and Krishna is potent, male. But actually they are one, they are not two. They separate into two to teach us what is the definition of love. Not making their love so cheap and a drama. That's why they have to come and descend on this material planet. And if you go read the pastimes of Radharani and Krishna, you will be amazed. Eye-opening. Then we understand what I was thinking about love. That is nothing insignificant as compared to what actually the meaning of love is. And how to value that love is. This is something very important. It's not just a play or a drama. This is serious. Full of emotions. Full of sacrifice. Full of affection. Full of friendship. Full of giving. Full of reciprocating. This 4 alphabet love has so many emotions in that. So many emotions. So, valuing that, that love. And therefore we sing Radha Krishna Prana Mula Jugala Kishore Jivane Marane Gati Arnahi Mo Radha Krishna Prana Mula Jugala Kishore. What is the meaning? Radha Krishna Pranamur. Say something. All day long you just speak and speak, and when Hari Katha just becomes so decent and innocent. Just say something, even if it is wrong, doesn't matter. No? Anupam? Radha Krishna Pran More Jugala Kishore. Radha Krishna is my life and soul. This divine couple is my life and soul. It's so easy to say this, but it's so hard to understand this. And that's why we are trying to understand this by hearing this philosophy and hearing the glories of that love of Radha and Krishna. If you keep on hearing and if you read, we have some books too in English where the love of Radharani is been expressed by her. If you read that, you will be astonished. Oh, this is the meaning of love. I was thinking something different. Eye-opening. Eye-opening that. Therefore, concluding, bottom line is, embodiment of love is she Radharani. And we want to serve her, because by serving her or by taking her remnants, leftovers, the same mood and the same emotions of love that she is feeling by serving Krishna, a fraction of that can reflect in our life and make our life the most successful and blessed. May Radha Govind bless me and bless all of you with that divine love. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Shri Radha Govind Ji ki
Jai.
Sriman Bhajan. 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Radha Krishna Prana. Mahamudra. Where is Akash? Akash. See, Kirtan can't be good without Mridanga player. One big clap for Mridanga player here. Come on. See, mommy? So after 5 minutes singing Mahamantra, we are going to have a Aarti, evening Aarti, Radha Govindji, and then followed by Prashad, feast. And Prashadam will be the basement, Patal, Akash Patal, in Netherlands. Patal, Prashadam will be.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare.
blessings. And I'm going to shower flowers, and all come forward and shower flowers on her. Om Swasti no Govindaha Swasti no Chutanantaho Swasti no Vasudevo Vishnu Dalatuhu Swasti no Narayana Larovai Swasti no Padmanabha Purushottamo Dadatuhu Swasti no Vikshaksena Vishwareshwara Swasti no Rishikesho Harihi Dadatuhu Swasti no Vanitaya Harihi Swasti no Anjana Suto Hanur Bhagavato Dadatuhu Swasti Swasti Sumangalikesho Mahan Shri Krishna Sachidanandhanaha Sarveshwareshwaro Dadatuhu Krishna Karotu Kalyanam Kansu Kunjakesari Kalindi Jankalola Kulahala Kutuhala Madhva Madhva Vachihi Madhva Madhvardihi Smaranti Sadvaha Sarve Sarvakaryeshu Madhavam Lavastesham Jayastesham Kutastesham Parabhava Yesham Indrivarshamo Hidayastu Janardana Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Madhusudana Mangalam Rishikeshvaya Mangalaya Tanoha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sami Gaur Bhaktavinda Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Loudly
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Swastihi, Swastihi. Everyone, show flowers and clapping also. Hare Krishna, to you. Hare Krishna, sing to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Rama Rama to you. Hare Hare to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Anuradha Didi ki
Jai.
Chalo, Anuradha Didi, I want you to do aarti. Ms. Anupam, Lambert Anishka, sing evening aarti.